Today I will talk about writing. So I usually put pen to papers in work days, both in the school years and the summertime, to take notes and do my homeworks. But actually I prefer typing when I have to do tasks and projects because it is much faster and efficiency to do so. But taking notes, when it comes to taking notes, I will mm, I would immediately pick a writing on my notebook because is it is easier to remember than I write something on my laptop and then I will probably never open it again. So I usually write essays for the IELTS course and I write important knowledge I learned in a lesson as well. And once upon a time, I kept a diary, but it didn't last long because I couldn't stand the um, annoyance of having to write some pages a day, and I had a bad memory, so I couldn't possibly remember all of the events of that day. I am very careful when it comes to writing by hands, so it troubled me. But sometimes I'm too slow to catch up with the lessons progress. But recently I've improved my speed faster than ever because there are too much homeworks for me to do taking notes on the notebooks. My friends, classmates often write titles in calligraphy style, or what's so called, to decorate their notebooks. But for me, however, I find it is really super unnecessary and it would only waste time because sometimes they just need a noticeable like a big title and some highlight is enough, and they just waste money and time into um, doing some calligraphy writings that I think they will never open it to read it again. And I think it's also a good, important and essential to have a good handwriting because it is more convenient when we read and motivate way to write more. Comparing a person with a bad handwriting and a person with um, pretty well handwriting, the second person will probably, definitely, obviously have more encouragements to write more because when they look back in their writings, they feel very proud and confident of their writing, while the person with bad handwriting, when they look back, all they see is scrambles of chickens' footprints that even themselves sometimes cannot read, not talking about other people's. So my handwriting, I'm confident that it is pretty nice and readable for me and other people as well because new people that I meet just look into my notebooks and praise me for my handwritings. So I'm very proud. Be- I have I have kept this habit of um, being focused on my handwriting since I was in the primary school, and I kept writing as a habit to improve speed and quality day by day. Um, on the other side, on the other side of the hand, my sister, for example, didn't care much about having good handwriting, so her handwriting looks like chicken's footprints, and sometimes I don't even know what language does she even write in. So the advantages of writing by hand compared to typing is that it is a good habit because sometimes you don't always have a phone or laptop with you to type. So yeah, just practice because if in a long time you don't write it by your hands, it will feel very ache and very uncomfortable. And also writing by hand helps you to memorize better and longer than typing because it activates your brain when your brain reread the same words, the same phrase over sometimes again while typing. You just slip it down. The words or phrase will slip your mind for a second and then completely disappear from your short-term and even long-term memory.